This is Miss Jess from the Peconic Library, and today I will be showing you how to draw Pikachu and Batman. I will also leave a link to all the other instructional videos that I've done so far in case you want to catch up or in case you missed any of them. And if you have any cartoon characters or any kind of animals or anything like that that you would like to learn how to draw, please let me know and I will definitely make a video for you. So let's get started. Okay, so we're gonna start with Pikachu. So you will need a pencil or marker if you're feeling brave, a black marker, a yellow marker, and a red marker, which I don't actually have on me, so I will be using a red pencil. You can use pencils or markers for this. It's totally up to you. Rolling away. Okay. Markers are rolling all over the place. Okay, and you'll also need, let's put this inside, a white piece of paper. So first, we're going to start with the head shape. So pretend you're making a rainbow. Got that? Okay. Then we're going to do the ears. Okay. All right, and then make sure you put the little triangles here because he does have little black tips on his ears. Then we're going to draw one line up and one line up like that. Then one line down and one line down like that. Now we're gonna make, so those are his thumbs. So this is gonna be like his little hand part. So you're gonna go in a circle, so it kind of looks like he has little mittens. Then you're gonna come down, down, and then the body, the little feet. So that's the basic shape. Now we're going to, if you can find kind of the middle of the head, you're going to make a teeny tiny little rainbow. That's going to be the nose. And then you're going to make a nice wide, kind of like a W almost. So it's like whoop, whoop. And then we're going to do the mouth. And then for the eyes, we're going to put one here, and then don't forget the rosy cheeks. Kind of about the same size as the eyes, maybe a little bit smaller. And then you're also going to want to make a tiny little circle kind of up and to the right. Or you can do it, you can be looking any way you want, but whatever you're doing with your little circles, you want to make sure they're either both looking that way or they're both looking that way or up or down. Unless you want a grass-eyed Pikachu, then by all means, go for it. To each their own, right? Okay, so now I'm going to take this line here and we're just going to kind of draw down a little bit just to kind of give him a little neck. There we go. So that's your basic shape. And now, like I always say, when you color it in, it'll even look like him a little bit more. Oh, let me put in one more little part. So this is like the tongue. So you're gonna take this shape here. So this is, I'll make it a little bit bigger so you can see it. That's the tongue. Well, that's not much bigger, but. And then what we're going to do is like a little M. See that? So it's almost like a little M or like a little bird inside here. And that's just so that we can have the little tongue part. Okay, now we're gonna do some coloring. I'm gonna start with the yellow because that's the biggest space we have. So what I like to do is I like to outline the part that's going to be yellow so that it reminds me what I should color and what I shouldn't color, but it also gives me kind of a thicker outline so that it's easier for me to not color outside of the lines because I kind of do that sometimes when I get excited or if I'm coloring really fast. So I'm just going all the way around, don't forget the little feet. And now I'm going to go around around the eyes because we're not going to be coloring in the eyes. So this way, the eyes have a little bit more protection. And we're going to go around the cheeks because the cheeks are actually going to be a different color as well. And we're also going to go around the outside of the mouth. Now the nose you can color over. Okay, so we're going to do the ears. So this was pretty tricky for me, and I actually printed out the step-by-step directions, which I will show you, and I'll also leave a link to, just in case you want to see them for yourself step-by-step, or even if you want, you can trace over them. I actually could not figure out the shape of the head and the body, and the hands were giving me trouble too. So when I started learning how to do it, I traced it a couple of times to try and get the shape. And I would trace it and say, okay, this kind of is like a circle, so I'm going to make a circle. And then this kind of looks like a little rainbow or like a W, and then I would try and do it that way. But it took me quite a lot of times. I actually found instructions for how to do just his face, and I tried that first. But I showed my husband Tom, and he said that Pikachu was looking a little demonic, and I didn't want to scare you guys because we want a cute little friendly Pikachu. So we did not go with that tutorial. Thank you for your feedback. Okay, that's all that's yellow. Now we're going to do the black parts, and we're going to do like the little tips here. So I've outlined them, and then you can color them in. Then we've got, so the mouth, you do the top part here, and then you're only going to be coloring in this part here. See this part up top? Because the bottom part's going to be red. That's going to be his little tongue. So that helped me. And then for the eyes, it's a little bit trickier. Kind of like, if you happen to accidentally color in the whole eye and not leave a white spot, you can always come back in later and either do like a little dot of white paint or even use like a little dot of whiteout. Or you can cut out a little white circle and kind of glue it on top, because that's a little tricky. And as I'm drawing this, I realized, guys, that I forgot to draw the tail. So let's just stick that in there. So you're gonna come out like this, kind of make a triangle, and then another triangle. And that's going to be at the bottom of the tail. And then it's going to kind of come up here. So you're going to make kind of like a big square. Okay, and then we'll do like a little right in there. So it's kind of like a zigzag tail. And that is supposed to be yellow. So I'm going to just quickly color that. And I was looking at him and I was like, something's wrong with this picture. All right, now let's go back to the red, which I don't have as a marker, but I'm going to use this pencil. Yeah, that looks good. So I'm going to outline that and then color it in. Outline that, color it in, and then the little bottom part here, the little mouth. Okay, and then I found that if you take a black marker and you kind of outline it, it pops even more. It kind of just kind of gives it like a nice finished look. So you'll see what I mean. I think it just kind of like, you can do the little nose too. Kind of shows you a little bit better where his body is, and this will also help with the tail a bit. There we go. On that side. See what I mean? It just kind of pops off the page. And there you have it. Not too bad. I'm pretty impressed. I think that came out even better than when I was practicing. So what I actually did was, this first one here, I traced. So I printed out the directions, which I'll give you a link to. So this was the directions, the different steps. So I traced this here, and then I drew this one by myself, kind of looking up to see, I'd say like, oh, like what that shape is, and then I draw the shape down here. So you can see they're kind of different. And then next to that one, you can see, boop. Oh, so every time you draw them, a little bit different. All right, that was pretty fun. And now this one was really cool. This is Batman. So let me get my paper in here. Oops, there goes my phone. So with this one, now usually when I draw with you guys, I never erase anything, but this one's going to include one little thing that we're going to be erasing. So just bear with me here and follow along. So the first thing you want to do, now make sure that you have room on the top because you want his little pointy ears. So don't start all the way up here because you'll run out of space. So kind of like in the middle is good. So we're actually going to start with a circle. I know what you're thinking. There's no circles in Batman. Batman is just straight, rigid lines, but trust me on this. Okay. So then we're going to draw a straight line here and a straight line here. Okay, got that? Good. Kind of looks like a spider with only 2 legs. Then you're going to kind of come in. So you're going to draw, my table's bumpy, so I'm not going to get the best lines. There you go. And then you're going to connect it on the bottom. All right, you with me so far? Excellent. Okay, now this line here, we're actually going to draw all the way up. So you can straight up and then down. Okay, so it goes straight up and then down because those are going to be his ears. So then you take the line here and you go straight up and then down. Now this is the erasing part. I promise this is the only time you're going to erase. I could not find a good eraser, but this was the best I got. Apparently it's really hard to find a good eraser these days. So you're just erasing that outside part of the circle there. You can kind of still see it because my eraser is not that great. Okay, so it's starting to kind of give us our shape. So now what we're going to do is you're going to make a V, kind of like see what I did there? So I kind of came down here and then I came down here so that you kind of have that point in the middle. And then you take your point and you're going to go up like that, just so you can kind of have like a middle line. Now we're going to do his mouth. So you can make a happy Batman, but usually you see like an angry Batman or a very serious Batman. So we're going to do kind of like an M, kind of like an angry mouth. And then underneath, you're going to kind of do like a frowny part on the bottom there. Oh yeah, that looks good. Nice little rounded chin almost. And then for the final part, you're going to kind of come up here where this line is, and you're going to draw a straight line and a straight line. And then you're going to draw triangles. All right. And then we've got one more little thing we got to do here. On the side here, you're just going to draw straight down. Straight down. You got that? Believe it or not, that's it. And you'll see what I mean when I color it in. Okay, so, whoop, there goes my marker. So first we're going to outline. The outside part here. All right. Now, make sure you outline the eyes, because it'll be much easier because we don't want to color in the eyes, okay? And you can trace over all the lines, but you'll see in a minute why that doesn't really matter. And then we color. So pay attention to which parts I'm coloring. I'm coloring this ear. I'm coloring this ear. I'm coloring this side here. I'm coloring this side here. I'm coloring this shape in here, which actually is covering his nose. That's why it's a point like that. And then this whole part here, but not the eyes. Okay? So, the whole time I was drawing this, in my head I heard, na 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 Batman. So, now that's stuck in your head too. You're welcome. My brother Benson really likes Batman, so I'm dedicating this part of the video to him. I'm more of a Marvel girl myself, which means I like the Avengers, I like X-Men, but he likes DC. Those are the different companies that make the comic books and the movies. So DC is like Batman, Wonder Woman, Justice League, Superman. I do like Wonder Woman, but I still love my brother, even though I'm not a huge fan of the Batman. That rhymes, not a huge fan of Batman. All right, and there you have our angry Batman, or very serious Batman. Now, if you'd like, you can add a little kind of yellow eyes, you know, some night vision or some glowing. Excellent. Super serious. I love it. And I'll show you some of my other attempts here. I did try and draw like the neck part, and that got a little confusing. And then I did this one here. That one's pretty good. And then this guy got a little wobbly, but still pretty cool. So, ta-da! So this is what we drew. We did the Batman. We did I'm trying to get them both in here so you can see them. Pikachu. All right. Let's see. All right, guys, be friends. There we go, Batman and Pikachu. So I hope you had a great time, and I will see you soon. Bye, guys.